Oh,
So
nice. I'll check that out.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's cool because I think you guys are kind of bringing that sensibility to like, I'll just say like the Brooklyn vegan type people who I think, probably haven't been exposed to it before.
yeah, yeah,
No shade to the Brooklyn vegan folks. Just,
yeah. No, no shade at all. But yeah, definitely want to bring an underground style of music to the craft beer crowd, and you know,
that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We like to blend everything that we like and just in kind of one particular package. Like we take the kind of hardcore or metalcore that we like, mixed with like our style of death metal, which usually is like mid '90s to early 2000s, like New York death and brutal death, and then also throw in like gore grind, and then throw in like big named like metal influences like a Gojira or like the riff styles of like a Machine Head or Pantera, and just kind of like dumb it down and put it in all one crazy box and type for people.
Yeah. I mean, you're saying dumb it down, but I don't, I don't think that's, I don't, I know you're being modest, but I don't think that's actually fair or accurate to yourselves because like it's harder to write something that's catchy than it is to just like play as many notes as you possibly can and blast all the time. Like that's like physically difficult to do, but it's
Mhm.
not really, it's not difficult to write. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially us being such like nerds about music in general. It's so easy for us to think like, man, is this like this is what we want, but is it too much for like the general population or people like just getting into it? Is it accessible, for the crowd we're trying to broadcast to? And
Yeah.
we're just like, man, less is more sometimes, and it is hard to write like that. And I like to, but also at the same token, we even write riffs like, you remember that band Judd
Yeah, of
at all?
course.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes I'll do Judd riffs like in my phone and be like, yo, Cody, let's write something like this, So
For
we'll
those
do
who
like,
haven't heard it, it's a cappella hardcore band from the 90s. I think wasn't it like Steve and Paul from Assuck or something?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was some ass suck guys, and they, yeah, it was a acapella straight edge band.
Right. Jud, 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 jud.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's actually, I swear that's a riff of theirs.
I think it actually is, yes.
But yeah, yeah, and it is hard to kind of write like that just because being so nerdy and wanting to go like 320 BPM and shred guitar and sneak in solos. It's like it's not this isn't really the band for it. This is more of
Right.
the get the people moving, get the fist flying type of stuff.
Right. And I think, to that point, with a lot of the modern, like super technical stuff, it doesn't, even though it is super fast, it doesn't feel fast to me because, it doesn't have the dynamics. Whereas with you guys, when you blast, it actually feels fast. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, for sure. I think what that is if it's like steady, like gravity blasting like the entire time, that
Yeah.
air song, it gets kind of lost because it's not going anywhere. There's
Right.
no mixed fills or pauses or bass breaks or anything like that in between to really catch your attention. So, that's something that, we try to do with every song. There's a dynamic there where we're like, all right, here's the blasting section so that people could be like, what the fuck? And then
Yeah.
let's get right back into that beginning riff, but play it slower.
Because, like, if you listen to a lot of, say, like early to mid 90s death metal, they don't actually blast that often.
No, yeah. It didn't really become a thing until maybe mid to late 90s. You had like brutal death bands like, Mortal Decay,
Right.
Suffocation put out their uh, oh man, I already forgot the name of it. Oh, Despise the Sun EP.
Right. 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 Yeah, that's when they started going like hyperspeed.
Yeah, and he starts blasting like crazy. So, but yeah, you know, it was more so like just like thrash beats and just like
Right.
simple beats back in the day. And you know, we like to play on that too. You know, like our demo, it has a lot of D beat beats
Okay, I
and
haven't
stuff.
heard the demo.
Yeah. The demo is that was before that was before Cody like really got into like a lot of more like brutal bands. You know, I kind of like showed him a lot of things that he gravitated towards after that EP came out. But you know, he's more of a punk and grind and mathcore kid. So
Got it.
yeah,
So you got him into Mortal Decay, brought him to the
yeah.
dark side.
And I got him into like bands like Eternal Suffering, Mortal Decay, um, you know, you name it.
Are you into any of the kind of more like obscure Texas stuff, like Prophecy and that stuff?
Yeah, yeah. What is it? Foreseen and Forsaken.
Yeah.
You know, old something like that. Yeah, that
What's the,
record's
they have that album like Keeping It Fucking Brutal or whatever?
yeah, yeah. That's I think that was their old label, like Ablated Records. They're from out in Ohio.
Yeah,
They
that's right.
keeping it fucking sick.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
it was. That's right. Yeah.
yeah, man. I love. I think Texas, as far as like scene wise, you know, there's such. I mean, they're a huge state. They have like the tightest like death metal scene because you know
Yeah.
because they have bands like Prophecy, Devourment,
Hmm.
Machia, Insidious Decrepancy.
Yep.
You know, all that stuff, man. They breed some sick bands there. But yeah, Texas,
Texas and
a
Long
few
Island. I don't know why.
yeah, a few Midwest bands, and then yeah, the Long Island bands like you know, Dehumanized, Malamore,
Yep.
Disfigured,
Yep.
Suffocation,
Do
Bleeding, all
you
that
ever get
shit.
into Repudiation?
Yeah, Repudiation. Yeah, of course, from New Jersey.
Yeah, they're from Long Island, I think, but
Oh,
yeah,
they are.
close
Okay.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah. That band's really fucking cool, man. Their demo's really sick.
Yeah, love that stuff. I'm glad that you guys are bringing it, to the masses, and I think it's really, you guys have done, you guys have done that as far as like bringing that kind of sound and sensibility and stuff to the craft beer crowd, and that's not that I never thought I would see the day, but here it is.
Yeah, man. I think I don't know, man. The way I think about it is like it's almost like a timeline thing. You know, a couple years ago, like the Swedish death metal hardcore crossover was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like you had a lot of the HM2 clone bands.
Right.
And I think it was to only follow suit. Like you already covered like the late 80s.
Right.
Now that is like, you know, the early to mid 90s kind of.
It just takes them 25 years or so to catch up, but they'll get there.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. I think, yeah, everything has like a resurgence, you know. Now people are wearing high top shoes and big pit Viper glasses. It
That's
looks
right.
like these, yeah, I'm waiting for a Morton Downey Jr. Interview.
Right. Any day.